Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Scalise Field here at Sage Park in Berlin. It is the 2024 Central Connecticut Conference Boys Soccer Tournament Championship. Top seed Glastonbury against 2 seed Berlin. In this one tonight, Glastonbury got here after winning the CCC West with a perfect division record. Then they started the tournament with a 2-1 quarterfinal win over 8 seed Manchester. Let's take a look now at how the Guardians advance through the semifinal.
First game here on Saturday in Berlin. Glastonbury versus Farmington. We are scoreless with 2 minutes to go. These two teams met in the regular season. Glastonbury beat Farmington 2-1. And this cross comes from the right side, and Zachary Bergen gets his head on it. The only goal of the game. Glastonbury advances to the final with a 1-0 win over Farmington.
All right, and on the other side of this one, the 2 seed Berlin. They won the CCC South, also going perfect, no losses in conference play. And they started off this tournament here at home. They've had now all 3 of their conference tournament games here on the home pitch. They got a 1-0 win over 7 seed Wethersfield on an emotional night here at Sage Park. And let's take a look at how the Redcoats did in their semifinal.
Yeah, the second half of the doubleheader on Saturday. Here's Joey Francolangia. Great diagonal ball to Alex George in the first half. Puts Berlin up. Redcoats lead 1-0. And then later in the first half, Francolangia again. Look at him with his nice little layoff to Marcus Joshi, who rips it into that upper right corner. Francolangia finished with 2 goals and 3 assists. Goalie Omar Montanez made a save on a PK with Berlin up 2-1 just before halftime. That was one of the keys to the game. Berlin wins the game 5-1.
And that sets up a match of powerhouses as the teams start to make their way onto the pitch. We're going to turn things over to PA announcer Kevin Stritch for announcements of the starting lineups tonight.
I haven't seen you in the last few games there.
Let's go, D!
So teams are on the field. We'll have the starters announced momentarily here. Berlin at home, but they'll be the visitor on the scoreboard.
Welcome to Sage Park for tonight's boys CCC soccer final. Tonight's matchup is between the Glastonbury Guardians representing the CCC West and the Berlin Redcoats representing the CCC South. Spectators in attendance tonight, please adhere to the guidelines set forth by the CCC Conference and the CIAC. Yelling and belittling officials will not be tolerated. Yelling at the student athletes, children, will not be tolerated. Cheer as loud and as positive as you want for your team. Let the coaches coach, officials officiate, and the players perform. Thank you. Now, everyone who's able, if you could please stand for the playing of our national anthem. We will now introduce the starting lineups for both teams, starting with Glastonbury. Starting senior, number 2, Jackson Marks. Senior, number 3, Andrew Osino. Sophomore, number 4, Brady Nilsson. Junior, number 5, Grayson Haskins. Senior, number 7, Griffin Salkowitz. Senior, number 10, Tiago Miguel Barrera. Senior, number 17, Timothy McGuire. Senior, number 20, Vedic Dasari. Senior, number 23, Zachary Bergen. Senior, number 26, Jack Shaheen. And senior, number 99, Patrick Butler. Glastonbury is coached by head coach Casey Warren. And now for the redcoats of Berlin. Starting senior, number 1, Omar Montanez. Sophomore, number 5, Tommy Francolangia. Sophomore, number 6, Ryan Sullivan. Senior, number 7, Alexander George. Senior, number 8, Philip Adamczyk. Senior, number 9, Michael Abayomi. Senior, number 13, Marcus Joshi. Senior, number 16, Alessandro De Arena. Sophomore, number 17, Camden Nardelli. Senior, number 21, Matthew Dalick. And lastly, senior, number 28, Joey Francolangia.
All right, and welcome back, everybody. The pregame announcements are behind us, and we are just about to get underway with this CCC Boys Soccer Tournament Final. Top seed Glastonbury, 2 seed Berlin. 2 powerhouses in the conference this year, 2 experienced teams. Berlin with 8 seniors in the starting lineup, Glastonbury with 9 seniors. These 2 teams will be in for a battle here tonight. Glastonbury on the year, only 1 loss, same for Berlin. Both those losses, coincidentally, came on the same day, back at FSA on September 14th. Glastonbury fell to Stamford 2-0, and Berlin fell to Cheshire 3-2. So neither of these 2 teams has lost to a conference, a CCC opponent this season. A perfect 22-0-6 combined against conference competition. So these have been clearly the best teams in the conference throughout the season. They are here tonight to battle it out for the conference tournament championship.
Yeah, incredible matchup. As you can see in front of you, these 2 teams have played for 2 straight months and combined for 2 total losses. Berlin 53 goals scored, Glastonbury 41. Both teams averaging 1 goal allowed per game. In the last meeting was just about a year ago. Glastonbury 3-0 win.
And as the teams are huddled on the field, we know you have choices when it comes to championship soccer. On behalf of your Wethersfield-based broadcast crew, we thank you for joining us tonight for this live stream. Our pleasure to bring it to you here tonight. Glastonbury, Berlin, CCC Boys Tournament Championship. The Guardians will be in blue, moving from left to right in this first half. Berlin, although playing on their home pitch, officially the visitor on the scoreboard for this one as the lower seed. The 2 seed Redcoats are in the white jerseys with a red trim, red shorts. Going to go from right to left here in the first half. And if you were with us earlier, the CCC Girls Soccer Championship, congratulations to Farmington for winning the title with a 5-0 dominant performance over Wethersfield. We are just about underway now in the boys' final. Glastonbury will have possession first. The blue and white stripe on the front are going to make those numbers difficult to read on the front from where we are. Hopefully we can see things on the back of the jersey as we call the action.
And Bergen was about 10 yards off sides right away on the kickoff there.
Bergen with the ball. He had their goal in the 1-0 win in the semifinals that got the Guardians here to this championship game. In the backfield now for Glastonbury, number 5.
And we got to see Berlin play in the first round of the tournament, and they attack. Look at them try to create turnovers in the offensive end, lead to offense right away.
Ball goes back to senior Patrick Butler in net for Glastonbury. Far side in front of the Guardians bench. Down the sideline they go toward the midline. Nice step there from Diarina for Berlin. Ball comes up front. That's Michael Albayomi on the far side. Comes all the way back. Tommy Francolangia sends the ball toward the top of the arc, looking for his brother Joey. Not able to connect. Glastonbury comes out. A little contact there. And that's going to win a kick in the backfield for Glastonbury, as Alessandro Diarina, one of the seniors for Berlin, a little too much contact on the challenge. Here is the kick. High ball into the offensive half for Glastonbury now. Guardians with their first offensive chance. Poked out of there by Nardelli. Off the head of Joshi for Berlin. For Glastonbury, and number 2 is Jackson Marks. Ball goes over to number 7 for the Guardians, Griffin Zalkowitz. Glastonbury still in the offensive half. Whistle blows. That'll go to Berlin. Kick in the backfield as we're about 90 seconds into this one. 38-23 on the clock here in the first half. Reminder here in tournament play, if we get to the end of regulation, at the end of 80 minutes of soccer, if the score is tied, we go directly to penalty kicks. There is no overtime in the conference tournament. Battle near the midline, a little too much contact there. That's going to be another free kick in the backfield for Glastonbury as we hit the 2-minute mark. 38 minutes on the clock here in the first half.
I think we've seen more fouls already in the first couple minutes than we did in the girls' game before it.
Farmington again, if you missed it earlier, comes away as the girls' tournament champion with a performance worthy of their number 1 seed. They blanked with us. That ball's headed toward the goal. That's scooped up by Montanez. Nice little flick ahead there by Jack Shaheen for Glastonbury. Omar Montanez in net for Berlin. Sends the ball high into the offensive half. Headed on the far side by Brady Nilsson for Glastonbury. Goes over the side, so it'll be a Berlin throw. Redcoats take over in front of the Glastonbury bench. Guardians bench all on their feet, watching the action in this one. Here comes the throw for Berlin. Comes all the way through. Nobody home initially. Albayomi chases, but cleared by Glastonbury. Coming now to Sullivan. Berlin able to keep the ball in. Sullivan with a left foot up to Joey Francolangia. Glastonbury, though, going the other way. Number 26 is Jack Shaheen. Now Glastonbury on the defensive effort. Nicely done, but there's Joshi. Sends one toward the goal. Butler scoops it up. Joshi trying to strike early like he did in their quarterfinal win over Wethersfield.
Yeah, first real shot on goal that we've seen. Good job by Joey Francolangia to win that ball, get it over the top to Joshi, and Michael Abayomi as well.
So good opportunity there for Berlin. Turned away by Glastonbury. Here come the Guardians into their offensive half of the field. Now into the backfield is Glastonbury. Griffin Zalkowitz is number 7. The ball goes far side now for the Guardians near the midline. Pressure from Berlin, and they're going to win the throw. Looks like Adamchuk on the far side, number 8, able to apply the pressure. It'll be another throw now for the Redcoats. A little bit of a stutter step, and in comes the throw. Looking for Abayomi along the right side. Turned away by Glastonbury. Brady Nilsson on the defensive effort. Another throw will come now a little deeper into the attacking portion of the field for the Redcoats of Berlin. The 2 seed against top seed Glastonbury. Something has to give here tonight. Neither of these teams has lost to a CCC opponent this entire season. Each team only with a single loss. Both those came, as we talked about, to non-conference opponents. So we've got a good one underway as we're just about 5 minutes in. 35-17 to go here in the first half. Deep throw comes into the 18. Almost got through to Joey Frankelangia, leading scorer for this Berlin team. There's a shot from Sullivan. It's going to roll all the way to Butler in net. He scoops it up. Looks like that might have gone wide left. Butler with a high kick over the midline. Glastonbury looks to take control. Number 17 is Timothy McGuire. Plays it ahead now. Off the foot of Shaheen. Now here's a ball played forward, headed by Berlin, but Glastonbury has a chance here. Ball is loaded up. It's going to go wide right. Nice turn by number 10, Tiago Miguel Barrera on that ball, but sent it wide right. Glastonbury threatened but turned away. We remain scoreless.
Yeah, good job by number 6 from Berlin Sullivan to get his head on it. But then Tiago Miguel Barrera just pushes it wide.
So Montanez drops the ball out. Berlin looks to play out of the back in front of the red coat bench. A lot of contact on the far side. Looks like that'll draw a whistle against number 20, Vidic Desari for Glastonbury. 34-13 to go here in the first half, scoreless. A lot of contact, physical game so far between the top seed Guardians of Glastonbury, the 2 seed Redcoats of Berlin. Berlin in the white jerseys, red shorts, moving from right to left. Glastonbury in the blue and white stripe, blue shorts, moving from left to right here in the first half. Looking to play out of the back are the Guardians. Chance moving toward the midline now. Glastonbury on the attack. Contact again. Joshi knocks the player off the ball. No whistle. Looks like that was Barrera again, number 10 for Glastonbury. Ball comes in. Guardians take it. Asino, number 3, Andrew Asino, he goes down as he let go of the ball, and that will draw a whistle. So Glastonbury will get a free kick now, just at the edge of the center circle, so just about 50 yards out from net. 33-18 to go here in the first half. Free kick comes for Glastonbury. Here we go. A lot of action moving in toward the 18 now. High ball headed by Glastonbury, goes toward the goal, but Montanez able to scoop it out of the air. As we are 7 minutes in, 33-01 to go. First half, scoreless game. Nice free kick opportunity there for Glastonbury, but turned away by Montanez in goal for Berlin. Berlin plays forward, looking for Michael Abayomi.
Wow.
Here is Joshi. He was a key to their 1-0 quarterfinal win. He sends one high and over the fence into the trees just beyond the goal here at Sage Park.
Yeah, Joshi got a little bit of room to run there, some open space. Saw some green light in front of him and just ripped one. I think he'd love to have that one back because he didn't put it anywhere close to the net.
Went high and over the goal, but good quick strike. Here's Glastonbury trying to come the other way. McGuire sent it far side now. Here comes toward the middle of the field. Good step there by Berlin. Redcoats play back to Montanez in goal. He boots one coming near side. Glastonbury going to let it roll over the side. Here is Bergen for the throw. Comes quickly and cleared out of there by number 16, Alessandro Di Arena for Berlin. He left no question about that one, as that's going to be a, looks like should be a deep throw for Glastonbury. Souvenir for some lucky fan. That's in the parking lot, maybe. We're not quite sure.
Looks like it's a corner.
Well, we did get a corner. All right. Thought it was going to be a deep throw, but here is the corner. Short ball played into Bergen for Glastonbury. He lets one go. So across the box, and Montanez gets a hand on it to get it out of harm's way for Berlin. Good opportunity early here for Glastonbury.
Let's take another look at this. Good corner kick, played it short. Bergen serves it across, and Montanez, look at him climb the ladder, poke that one out. That would have ended up in the back of the net had he not punched that away.
So here is now far side. Deep throw in the attacking third for the Guardians of Glastonbury, right in front of the Redcoat soccer banner on that far side on the fence. Glastonbury moves Bergen in right on the goal line. He trots now outside the 6. Short ball played in. We got a whistle. Got a little bit of contact. Which way are we going to go with that? Looks like maybe pressure from behind by Berlin draws the foul. So Glastonbury is going to get a free kick outside the 18 on the far side. A lot of action right at the top of the 6. Berlin looks to mark up. Glastonbury looks to move toward the goal. Here's a high ball played across far post. Headed out of there by Berlin. And Bergen tries to get to it for Glastonbury. DiArena got the header to clear it for Berlin. But here's Glastonbury coming again. That's going to get all the way to Montanez. He takes that one high, both hands above his head to get to that one. But confident play there in net as we approach the 10-minute mark. 30 minutes and 3 seconds remaining until halftime. Scoreless game as Berlin moves the ball into the offensive half. Cleared by Glastonbury. Here's Joshi, though, to claim it in the center circle. Joey Francolangelo had 2 goals, 3 assists in their semifinal win that got the Redcoats to this championship game. Ball comes across near side to Sullivan. Looks for Francolangelo. Down the side it comes to number 7, Alex George. Sullivan again. Good pressure from Glastonbury on the defensive side. Berlin trying to be patient. And turnover by Berlin. The ball got away from DiArena. And Glastonbury with McGuire across the midline. Good pressure from behind from Tommy Francolangelo, but McGuire keeps the ball on his foot. Slide tackle on the far side. Looked like Camden Nardelli with a beautiful play to poke that over the sideline. Stops the Glastonbury attack, but the Guardians will get the throw over in front of the Berlin bench. Here it comes, headed by McGuire. Nardelli on the far side, high ball. Back outside. Whoa, climbing the back is McGuire. Timothy McGuire, number 17 for Glastonbury. It's going to draw a whistle there, but this has been, it started out a physical game. It looks like it's going to continue throughout. 28:42 to go here in the first half. We're still scoreless. Top seeded Glastonbury in blue. The 2 seed Berlin in white. Joey Francolangelo up front. Good defensive effort there from Glastonbury's number 5, Grayson Haskins. Guardians move across the midline into the offensive half. Bergen, fancy footwork, now chips one ahead, looking down to the right side. And it looks like Dalick is going to get to it for Berlin, number 21, Matt Dalick. As Glastonbury had a run, here's the throw for Jackson Marks, number 2, for the Guardians. Twisting throw inside the 18. One-on-one is Jack Shaheen, still with the ball on his foot. Lays it back, and it's deflected off Sullivan. The kick from Marks deflects off Sullivan, so it will be another corner now for Glastonbury.
And Glastonbury sent in 2 players. They went short a little bit. Berlin a little bit more ready to defend it this time. We'll see if they go back to Bergen.
All right, it looks like Andrew Osino will take the kick in this near corner. Arms are up. This one's going to go all the way across far post toward the top of the arc, headed by, looked like Nardelli got to it. There's Glastonbury with Brady Nilsson coming in. Ball still inbounds, far side, outside the 18. Now popped toward the goal, toward the end line, and that will be a goal kick for Berlin as Glastonbury is turned away on another corner kick. We remain scoreless, 27-10 to go here in the first half of this CCC Tournament Championship for boys soccer. Michael Albayomi had it briefly there. Berlin trying to send the ball forward, still in the backfield, but they will get a throw right near their bench. And head coach Sal Parafati watching his team battle the top seed in the conference. Both teams were good defensively this year. Barely a goal a game allowed by either team. Actually, Glastonbury under that, 0.7 a game. Just over a goal a game allowed by Berlin. So we should have a tight one here. It's been tight already, 26-22 to go. Here come the Guardians, but there's Joshi for Berlin to send it over the side. He's looking for the deflection, but that's going to go Glastonbury way. As Marks is going to take it, goes into the backfield. Plays it back to Grayson Haskins. He's going to go all the way back to Patrick Butler in net. Butler lets one fly. Line drive toward the midline. Crosses into the offensive half. Good touch there. Nice flick ahead from number 11, Jack Smith, in the game for Glastonbury.
Glastonbury, this might be their 3rd substitution of the game so far. They're running guys in and out, trying to keep them fresh.
Rotating players through. Not sure we've seen a substitution yet for Berlin. 25:40 to go, first half, scoreless game. CCC title on the line. Two quick headers move the ball forward for Glastonbury, but Montanez going to come all the way off toward the top of the 18 to scoop it up. Lets his redcoat teammates find the shape. A couple of bounces, and here comes the right-footed kick. Over the midline, flicked ahead by the redcoats. This is Michael Abayomi on the far side. Good defensive pressure from Glastonbury. Back we go to DiArena. Far side now. Tommy Francolangia had it. Back to DiArena. He plays a chip up ahead, headed by Glastonbury. Nice defensive effort there. Ball gets to Abayomi for Berlin. And taken away by Bergen. Number 23, Zachary Bergen. As we talked about in the pregame, he had the Glastonbury goal in their 1-0 semifinal win that got them here to this championship game. Ball played near side, and that gets away from Glastonbury. Berlin throw, Ryan Sullivan pops it ahead to Alex George. Good pressure from behind by Joshi. Berlin turnover though. Good step from DiArena. Glastonbury going to play all the way back to Butler now. He's going to settle, take his time. Gives it a ride with the right foot. Line drive, bounces once across the midline. Here comes Glastonbury on the attack with Thiago Miguel Barrera. Goes far side, now down the far sideline looking for McGuire.
Offsides.
Offside call, as I'm guessing McGuire got a step ahead.
McGuire was ahead of the play.
So 16 minutes in, 24 to go here in the first half. We remain scoreless. Glastonbury and Berlin for the CCC Boys Soccer Championship. Both these teams obviously looking ahead to bigger things beyond this game tonight, but they are playing like they definitely want to get this conference championship under their belt and add some hardware to the trophy case before moving ahead later in the week to the CIAC state playoffs. Good battle there from both teams. DiArena got to it. Francolangia. Joey turns, sends it far side to his brother Tommy. Tommy deflects off DiArena, and looks like that got off the forearm, so a handball call. Free kick in the backfield for Glastonbury, 23-13 to go. First half of a scoreless game. As we look ahead to the state tournament, Glastonbury is locked up the 5 seed in double L. Ball played ahead. Deflects off Nardelli, goes the wrong way, but Montanez is going to scoop that up. So Nardelli, nice job to get to it. Ball just skipped toward Montez. A little bit wide of goal, so might not have been as challenging, but Montanez well off his line to get to it. Ball played ahead. Joey Francolangia now, one of the captains for this Berlin team, along with Joshi. And it looks like DiArena also wearing the captain's band for the Redcoats. Far side they go, now crossing in front of the Glastonbury bench. That was Adamchuk up from the back. Philip Adamchuk on the far side. Good battle there, take away from Glastonbury. Number 11, Jack Smith, looks like had the ball up to McGuire. Good pressure from Nardelli, 17 on 17 there on that far side. Goes over the sideline. It will be a Glastonbury throw, we believe. No, it's going to be a Berlin throw. And Berlin's going to take it in front of their coaching staff. Into the offensive half of the Redcoats. Skips off of Abayomi. Here is Francolangia. Down he goes. Good pressure on the far side. Trying to keep the ball alive, but it's taken away there by number 3, Asino for Glastonbury. Abayomi with pressure. Outside the 18 on the right side. Has it on his foot. Lays it off. Glastonbury defends. Forces Berlin to play back. Here's DiArena. Comes now over to Sullivan. Near side. Middle. Top of the arc. Ball gets away from... Looked like Joey Francolangia had an opportunity. Good defensive pressure, cleared there as you could see Francolangia winding up as he saw that ball moving toward the goal. Glastonbury able to send it out. Battle near the midline. Header, header, header. Down goes one player, no whistle. Here comes Glastonbury now. Moving toward the goal. Nice layoff down the right side, inside the 18. Cross, Nardelli with it for Berlin. He sends it out here to George. Berlin escapes an opportunity brewing down the right side, but Glastonbury going to claim it inside the center circle. Joey Francolangia for Berlin. Lays it off for DiArena. Alessandro DiArena, number 16, trying to find Tommy Francolangia on the far side. Take away, and down goes number 11, Jack Smith for Glastonbury. That draws the whistle. It'll be a free kick for the Guardians. just a few yards inside the offensive half as we near the midpoint of this first half of a physical back and forth game. 20:35 to go until halftime. We are scoreless. Glastonbury will take the free kick from the backfield. Comes into Smith. He's pressured there by Tommy Frankelangea, and Frankelangea is going to come out. He's crossing the midline, got some space to move. Now chipping ahead, looking for his brother Joey. Good defensive play there by Brady Nilsson for Glastonbury. Going to play back to Butler and net. Patrick Butler, the senior keeper for Glastonbury, switches fields. Here come the Guardians with some space to move in the backfield. Good pressure there from Marcus Joshi for Berlin. Up ahead we go, Glastonbury. Number 22 with the ball is Philip Nichols. There's a left-footed boot by McGuire, headed there by Adamchuk for Berlin. Tommy Frankelangea deflects off Jack Smith on the far side for Glastonbury. And here again is number 10, Thiago Miguel Barrera. Whistle, and that's going to go Berlin's way. So they'll have a free kick coming in the backfield as Barrera looked for a little explanation from the official. He's been active up front for Glastonbury so far. 19:26 on the clock, scoreless game. Abayomi for Berlin. Ball chipped ahead by the Redcoats. Joey Frankelangea 1-on-3 as that ball came forward. Able to settle it, but has to play back. Berlin trying to keep the ball in the offensive half. And over the side it goes. It'll be a Glastonbury throw as Brady Nilsson for the Guardians was able to shield and keep Tommy Frankelangea from getting to that one.
Berlin getting 2 new bodies in. Looks like Glastonbury subbing 3 more.
Glastonbury trying to test our knowledge of the roster here.
And until they turn around, we have no chance.
Yeah, the numbers on the front, very difficult to read, but thankfully no stripes on the back, so we're going to do our best to keep you updated on the action here. Again, we appreciate you joining us here. It's the 2024 CCC Boys Soccer Tournament Championship. Top-seeded Glastonbury in blue going left to right. 2-seed Berlin in the white jerseys going right to left here in the first half. Glastonbury with an opportunity brewing. Barrera makes a run for it, but it's cleared. That is number 21, Matt Dalick, on the back line for Berlin. Sends it over, and let's see what we've got. Last time we thought it was going to be a deep throw. It ended up being a corner. I think this one is going to be a deep throw. And it'll be taken by Jackson Marks for Glastonbury. You have to anticipate this throw is going to go in toward the 18. It does. Goes over the head of the first Glastonbury player there. Guardians get to it. Marks has it now near side, keeps it in bounds. Looks ahead, Barrera. And that ball stayed in bounds as well. Barrera dancing, weaving his way between 2 defenders. And there is a boot going toward the goal. Oh. Montanez, it gets away as he tried to scoop it. A little miscommunication there, but Berlin escapes. Glastonbury has to play it now from near the midline. Ball comes over to Marks. He's got some space to operate here. Going to send one high in toward the 18. Goes off the chest of a Glastonbury player, but it's cleared there by DeArena for Berlin. Glastonbury has looked a bit more in sync offensively on these last few possessions. Here comes Marks, another cross toward the top of the arc. Looking for McGuire. He turns, and that goes wide left. So no save opportunity for Montanez on that one as it rolls over the inline. It'll be a goal kick for Berlin as we go to under 17 minutes remaining here in the first half. Scoreless game, Glastonbury and Berlin. From Scalise Field, Sage Park, here in Berlin. Played ahead by the Redcoats toward midfield. Nice chip there by Frankelangea, looking for George. Alex George, number 7, got 2 defenders on him, plays back to Marcus Joshi. Joshi up to Joey Frankelangea. Down the left side. Dances, cuts back, sends it toward the top of the arc. This is Sam Abayomi here. And that ball is cleared by Glastonbury high into the night sky and over the fence. So it'll be a deep throw as Frankelangea did a nice job sending it ahead to number 18, Samuel Abayomi. Ryan Sullivan for the Redcoats going to come up and take this throw on the near side. 16:10 on the clock remaining here in the first half. Sullivan's throw goes in toward the 18, over the head of George, over the head of Samuel Abayomi. McGuire tried to get to it for Glastonbury. It goes back, but Glastonbury able to clear near the midline. Barrera with it right at the midline, challenged by Nardelli. Barrera comes through, beats 2 players. He's got an opportunity now. Look at Sullivan pop back up, still on trail. Barrera lays across. It gets away from Glastonbury. They had a shot opportunity, but not able to connect initially. Still with the ball in the offensive half are the Guardians, but there is DiArena to clear it. George now on the counter attack for Berlin. Gets it up to Frankelangia. He is tripped up near the midline, and that's going to be a call. It'll be a free kick for Berlin, just a few yards inside the offensive half.
And what a great rush down that right side by Thiago Miguel Barrera. Took on a couple of players, ended up sending it across the top of the 18 box. Nobody there, but a perfect ball. Got all the way through.
Beautifully played cross. Berlin lucky that Glastonbury not able to connect on that.
Go wide, go wide.
And coming the other way on the counterattack, Joey Frankelangia gets the foul call. So a free kick. We're stopping clock here right exactly at 15 minutes. Not sure. And it looked like number 7, Alex George, he was motioning, we saw a second ago as he was closer to midfield, was motioning toward the bench. Not sure if he took contact somewhere, but he comes off. So this quick substitution for Berlin before they take the free kick, and Glastonbury will sub as well as McGuire goes off. We're at 14:59 on the clock. Dalek is up from the back, going to take this free kick. A lot of action across the top of the 18 for the Redcoats. Let's see where they decide to go with this one. Here's the kick from Dalek, right-footed ball, high, in toward the top of the 18. Gets over the head of Joey Frankelangia, nice header. Headed forward there by DiArena. Glastonbury trying to clear. It goes over the sideline. Was it deflected? No, it will be a deep throw here for Berlin. So this offensive possession continues as Berlin tries to find a way to send one on net. 14:40 to go here in the first half. Throw comes in. Played nicely there by number 20 for Glastonbury, Vidic Desari. Here's Joey Frankelangia. High ball. Gets away from Samuel Albayomi. Glastonbury trying to play out of the back now. Headed forward. Good step from DiArena for Berlin. Glastonbury, though, sends a long one. Barrera is going to chase. Dalek one-on-one, and Dalek has to send it over the side as Barrera uses the speed to put the pressure on and force the deep throw here. That's where Glastonbury will take it. Far side over near the Berlin bench. Up from the back comes Brady Nilsson, number 4, to take the throw. Gives the ball a bounce. Scoots ahead a few yards. Glastonbury looks to find the shape. Looks like potential short ball opportunity for number 15, Kyle Oliver. Comes in just outside the 18. Can Glastonbury make a turn? High ball played across. And nicely done by Warowski, number 10. Sebi Karwowski, I should say. Pardon me on that pronunciation. Sebi Karwowski for Berlin, number 10, into the game. Nice defensive effort there as he battled number 20, Vidic Desari for Glastonbury. Here's the throw from Marks, goes into the 18. Headed out of there by Joshi. Joey Frankelangia tries to turn the other way. Good close by Glastonbury. Down goes Joshi, and that draws a whistle. That'll be a free kick in the backfield for Berlin now as Glastonbury commits the foul. Unlike basketball, no fouling out in soccer, so that's a place, Tom, you often say, not a bad place to commit a foul if you're going to commit one, deep in the backfield. Play ahead to Samuel Abayomi. He goes down, but no whistle there, and that ball comes to Berlin. Here is the kick, high into the offensive half of the field, looking for Barrera, headed by Nardelli for Berlin. DiArena tried to get to it. He was held off the ball by Bergen, and that does draw a whistle. A little too much hip check maybe from Bergen there. So another backfield free kick opportunity. They come near side, do the Redcoats of Berlin. Sullivan going to go back to Nardelli. Nardelli now chips it ahead down the middle of the field. Headed there, nicely done from Glastonbury along the back line. And here come now the Guardians. Shaheen had the ball, sent it ahead to number 20, Desari. This is Marks now. Jack Shaheen now, number 26, lays it off for number 10, Thiago Miguel Barrera. Takeaway from Joey Frankelangia for Berlin.
He's everywhere.
He plays back for Sullivan. Sullivan going to switch fields. Nardelli lets it go over to Dalek. Berlin looks to find the shape. Scoreless game, 11:45 to go here in the first half. Dalek sends it forward. Ball intercepted there by Glastonbury. Guardians trying to mount an attack in the offensive half. Good initial pressure from Berlin. There's Dalek with a slide tackle to clear it. Samuel Abayomi for Berlin. Plays it off to Marcus Joshi. He's in the center circle, right through the big red B here in the middle of the park at Sage Park. Down goes Joshi, and that will draw a whistle. That's going to be a free kick just about a yard or two in the backfield for Berlin. And so they will look to the defensive presence. Here is the boot from Dalig. It is high. It is toward the middle of the field. It's over the head of Joey Frankalangia. And here comes Glastonbury out of the scrum again. Shaheen turns back. Plays back, looks like to Marks. Desari had a touch. Now here's Shaheen again. Across the midline come the Guardians. Bergen plays back. Good step from Samuel Abayomi for Berlin. Redcoats take over. They're in the backfield trying to play ahead. D'Arena sends over to Nardelli. 10:26 on the clock here in the first half. Redcoats patient. Josh, he comes back to get it. Goes far side now. Adamczyk over there. Plays back to Joshi. Comes and now switches fields over to Nardelli. He's going to go toward the midline. Sends it across to Sullivan. Got plenty of space to operate. He chips one, looking for D'Arena coming down the side, and that's going to get away from Berlin. Maybe a little miscommunication there as we go into the 10-minute mark. Nope, it got deflected by Glastonbury, so fooled us here in the broadcast booth. Good step there, though, from Orsino for Glastonbury. Another good step by Bergen. Guardians take over now, center circle, pressure from behind by Joshi, and Tommy Frankalangia comes out with it for Berlin. Down the right side he goes. Past the Glastonbury bench. Nice play there from Orsino to clear it over the side. It'll be a throw for Berlin. Two more substitutions look like into the game.
McGuire comes back in, goes up top.
And
looks to be getting a break.
Looks like for Berlin, that is number 9, Michael Abayomi coming back in. So 9:14 and counting here in the first half. Berlin looks like has to back it up a little bit on this throw. Here it comes down the far side, looking for Abayomi. Michael Abayomi flicks it ahead, and nice defensive effort, but Abayomi's going to come out of there with the ball, able to pop it into the 18, but nobody there for Berlin, and Glastonbury's back line holds there. Line drive as the Guardians look to move. Chip shot now up, looking for McGuire up front. He's got Dalick, but look at McGuire with the first touch. He's got an opportunity against Dalick. There is a call. And there is no whistle, says the official, drawing the ire of the Berlin crowd.
Yeah, look at the ball over the top here. And McGuire fresh off the bench. Great job getting there first. Gets out in front. Goes down right there. Ref says he's not having it. No call.
So no call, drawing the ire of the Glastonbury contingent here in Berlin. But we play on and we remain scoreless. 8:20 to go, first half. Guardians now, number 7 for them is Griffin Salkowitz. Plays back. Number 5, Grayson Haskins sends one forward. Looking again for McGuire. He has to head it backward to Bergen. Bergen with a nice play to pull it back to his foot. Stood up there by Tommy Frankalangia, but Glastonbury still with the ball down the far side. In toward the outside of the 18 we go, toward the inline. Ball still inbounds. Glastonbury with a chance brewing potentially. Here's a kick that's deflected by Berlin. D'Arena able to clear it, and it goes over the side in front of the Berlin bench, so 7:42 to go, still scoreless. Glastonbury will maintain the offensive presence, though. Here comes the throw down the far side. That is kicked high and across, and it gets through. Here's a shot brewing. It's a low line drive. It's going to go wide left off the foot of number 7, Griffin Zalkowitz. Nice play before that from number 20, Vitek Desari, to settle and lay it off for the shot opportunity, but it goes wide left. So Omar Montanez in net for Berlin. Plays it out, but good step there from Desari. Comes back to Marks. Glastonbury trying to mount the attack. Berlin looks to find the shape defensively. Shaheen goes in the middle of the field. Ball on the foot of number 8, Derek Lee. Here's McGuire now. Left-footed opportunity, one hops to Montanez. So Glastonbury threatening, but Berlin able to keep them off the board. We remain scoreless, 6:42 to go. Top seed Glastonbury, 2 seed Berlin, the top 2 teams in the CCC throughout the season. Neither team lost a conference game, and they are here battling it out for the conference tournament championship. Glastonbury in front of their bench, looks to play back. They go all the way back in net to Patrick Butler. Butler takes some time, lets things develop, and now he lets one go. Line drive across the midline, looking for McGuire. Good step from Camden Nardelli. 17 on 17 has been a good matchup to watch in this one. Here is Joey Frankelangis sending ahead, looking for Michael Abayomi, but not able to connect. Good defensive close there as Glastonbury closed the door in the middle of the field. Look at the header by McGuire. He's got a chance now as he approaches the 18 on the right side. Cuts it back. Nardelli on the defensive effort. Good step and help from Ryan Sullivan. McGuire, though, able to win it back. He's got the captain's band for Glastonbury. Sullivan with a step. McGuire hits it in bounds. Whoa, and that is a flag up from the AR on this near side. Says the ball went over the sideline.
And McGuire is an absolute handful. You know, the last 3 or 4 minutes, he's been everywhere, winning balls, creating offense. Dangerous for the Guardians.
Another of those plays that maybe goes differently with the two-person officiating crew, but again, here for the conference tournament, we've got the center ref plus the 2 ARs. Nardelli had to get rid of it quickly as there was pressure coming from behind. Glastonbury takes it over. McGuire has it. Desari weaves through traffic, gets past Nardelli, has to cut it back, deflected by Nardelli. Good one-on-one battle, a lot of contact, and that whistle is going to go in Berlin's favor as we hit the 5-minute mark of this first half. A lot of action, a physical game here in this one as these two teams battle it out.
Good battle between Nardelli and Desari there. Got a little handsy. Both of them did, but the refs gave it to Berlin.
Sullivan pops it ahead. Flick there by Frankelangis, looking for Michael Abayomi. He's still giving chase. Look at the speed there as he gets past Nilsson. Abayomi moves toward the side of the field. He goes down, no call. We play on, say the officials. Here comes Glastonbury out of the back.
The ref says we're even now.
4:25 to go here in the first half. Glastonbury looks to play out of the backfield. Scoreless game in the CCC Tournament Championship. Here is a line drive through the center circle. Gets off McGuire, headed there by Dalick, now Diarina. Glastonbury takes control. Griffin Salkowitz in the center circle. Has to play backward now to the Guardians. In the backfield, good pressure from Frankelangis and Joshi. Here comes Diarina. Glastonbury going to still maintain possession. Salkowitz up ahead to number 8, Derek Lee, but that ball is cleared by Berlin. High ball looking for Frankelangis up front. Good header on the back line. Ball goes high and almost straight up off that header from number 5, Grayson Haskins. McGuire has a touch, gets back to Bergen. Far side. Looks like that is number 15, Kyle Oliver, in the game for Glastonbury on the far side. Berlin tries to play the other way. Michael Abayomi. Berlin a little shaky on the possession, but they settle. Joshi chips it ahead, looking for Michael Abayomi down the far side. And that's going to go back to Patrick Butler, the keeper for Glastonbury. Both keepers have looked good so far, Butler and Montanez. Glastonbury plays backward. Good touch and go soccer. Shaheen has it, pressured by Diarina. And that's enough contact to draw the whistle, so it'll be a free kick in the backfield for Glastonbury. Shaheen will lay off this one. And it looks like Grayson Haskins will come up to take it. He's been solid in the middle of the field defensively, has Haskins so far, as Frankelangis and Abayomi have put pressure on for Berlin, but Glastonbury up to the task. We remain scoreless. Ball gets over the head of McGuire, played forward, but cleared out of there. Looked like Sullivan got to it for Berlin. Frankelangis, Joey in the center circle. Joshi now. Left-footed ball, trying to get it over to Michael Abayomi, but the Glastonbury with 4 defenders in the area. Guardians take over. Playing out of the backfield is Glastonbury. Here comes Desari with the ball ahead for Shaheen. Good pressure from Nardelli for Berlin, able to keep it in bounds initially, but it gets away from the Redcoats. As number 10, Sebi Karwowski, not able to keep that ball in bounds. We got more substitutions for Berlin. Looks like number 7, Alex George, back into the game. We'll try to catch the Glastonbury substitutes. Looks like Barrera, number 10, is back in. On the near side, number 22, Philip Nichols, we believe, re-entered. No, that must have been, no, Bergen was already in the game, so Nichols in. Here is Glastonbury. Ball played ahead.
Oh, good flick.
Good flick from McGuire down the side, looking for Smith. He's inside the 18, back to McGuire. Berlin scrambles to find the defensive effort. Slide tackle from Tommy Frankelangis. Play on, says the official. Ball goes to the center circle. A header battle there. between Haskins and Abayomi. Down goes the Glastonbury player on the far side in front of the Berlin bench. That's going to draw the whistle. Free kick for the Guardians.
And despite the foul there, Frank Alangi, a great defensive effort there on the play right before it against a really tough customer in McGuire.
So free kick comes. Glastonbury overloads the right side along the top of the 18 as we go under 1 minute remaining in this first half. Entertaining one here. High ball played into the 18. Who's going to get to it first? Cleared there by Tommy Frank-Alangia. Up to his brother Joey now for Berlin. He lays one through, trying to play the through ball to Michael Abayomi, but not able to connect. Good step there and good close again from Haskins along the back line for Glastonbury. Nichols gives way to Shaheen now. In toward the 18. Good cutback, creating an opportunity. The ball deflects off Dalick. Still in the 18. Glastonbury. Shaheen trying to get to it. That deflects off Nardelli. We're still in bounds. Look at the play from Philip Nichols, able to come in, and they say that is going to be a goal kick for Berlin off that action in front of the net.
Shaheen slicing and dicing there. Good defense by Berlin, blocking all the shots and crosses.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Montanez gives it a ride as we count down the final seconds of the half, and that's going to do it for the first 40 minutes of action. We've had an entertaining one here, folks. It is scoreless at halftime. We're going to take a quick break on the audio and come back in just a few minutes with second half action. Welcome back to Sage Park here in Berlin. It is a good one, folks. It's top seed Glastonbury, 2 seed Berlin in the conference title game for the Central Connecticut Conference. We're going to take a look at one of the highlights from our scoreless first half.
Yeah, Tim McGuire, ball played over the top. He's going one-on-one with Matt Dalick. Look at the battle here. McGuire gets there first, gets his body out in front. As he gets into the box, a little bit of contact. McGuire goes down. No foul called. We play on. Glastonbury fans wanted a PK there, but they would not have it, and we are scoreless. Start of the second half.
And that's the way we will begin the second 40 minutes. Again, as a reminder, if we get to the end of the second half and this is still tied, there is no overtime here in the conference tournament. We go straight to PKs if that's the way we end this second 40 minutes. It was an entertaining first half. Physical play on both sides of the ball. Berlin is in the white. They're going left to right here in this second half. Glastonbury in the blue and white stripe going from right to left. Guardians look to play out of the back. Up ahead it goes. Number 7 is Griffin Selkowitz. Ball is tapped over the side.
And Dave, we saw Berlin play Wethersfield last week on Thursday. As Glastonbury looks to advance the ball here.
Desari now left foots it all the way across. Going to get over the head of Barrera. He chases, but Joshy's going to clear for Berlin. Goes right, though, to number 7, Griffin Salkowitz. He tries to send it forward. Berlin going to clear. This is Tommy Francolangia playing it ahead now for Michael Abayomi.
And one of the things that Berlin was really good at was generating chances off of corner kicks. They haven't had any yet. Glastonbury's had the better of the possession and the chances towards goal. But I think Berlin's got to generate a couple of corner kicks here. They were organized and creative on the corner kicks and created some offense from there.
So you referenced that quarterfinal game for Berlin. The Redcoats won the CCC South this year. 1-0 win over 7 seed Wethersfield here at Sage Park on Thursday night. Then Saturday they moved on and had a 5-1 decision over 3 seed Tallinn to get to this title game. On the other side, Glastonbury, the top seed out of the CCC West. They got a 2-1 win over 8 seed Manchester in the quarters. And then here at Berlin on Saturday, got a 1-0 win over Farmington. The goal in that one from Patrick Bergen. In Berlin's semifinal win, number 28, Joey Francolangia, 2 goals, 3 assists. So factored in on all 5 of the Redcoat goals in that win to advance them to this championship game. Here comes Glastonbury. Shaheen with the ball on his foot, has some space all the way in toward the 18. George going to get there for Berlin, but it's still on the Glastonbury foot. Cross comes in. Opportunity now, Desari lays it off, and look at the shot. That was a nice play as Desari laid it off middle of the field for Asino. Asino takes it, and we might get a second look at this one.
Yeah, probably the biggest test that Montanez has had to face here. Makes the save. Shot luckily right to him.
Francolangia goes back to his brother Tommy. Joey to Tommy. Now back to Adamczyk in the backfield for Berlin. He goes over to Nardelli. Back to Adamczyk. Ball down the near side. Good step from Desari for Glastonbury. Berlin's going to get the throw in the backfield. Glastonbury marks up. Throw comes in. High one looking for Joey Francolangia. Good poke there from Glastonbury's number 4, Brady Nilsson. Ball's in the center circle, gets off the head of McGuire. Shaheen now lays it off far side. Run coming up for Glastonbury. Chip shot in toward the top of the 18. Nardelli, a little bit loose on it, but clears it. But Shaheen has it now. Glastonbury still threatening. That was Asino who had the shot just a moment ago that Montanez saved. Here comes Joey Francolangia now for Berlin. Got some space to operate. Lays it off for his running mate up top, Michael Abayomi. Back now to Tommy Francolangia. He's going to let one fly in toward the 18. Butler is going to leap into the air and grab that one. So we are just over 3.5 minutes in to this second half, 36-17 on the clock before we reach the end of regulation. We remain scoreless. Top seed Glastonbury, 2 seed Berlin here in the CCC Boys Soccer Conference title game. Montanez sends it over. Philip Adamchuk sends the ball ahead. Francolangia trying to make the run around. Coming from behind, but nice play there from Haskins, number 5 for Glastonbury. Tommy Francolangia, number 5 for Berlin now. Plays it into the backfield. Adamchuk sends it forward, looking for Michael Abayomi, but there's Haskins again. Grayson Haskins along the back line has closed the door on the attacks coming up the middle from Berlin. Glastonbury has held steady there. See what Berlin has to offer here. Ball goes over the side. It'll be a Berlin throw. So Philip Adamchuk will take it. Sends it down the side, looking for Abayomi. One-on-one defensive effort from Glastonbury. Abayomi danced around, still with the ball on his foot. He's going to have a chance to cross it. It's a low ball cleared by Glastonbury. Here's Tommy Francolangia now for Berlin. Gets past Desari. Toward the end line he goes. Good step from Desari. Nice tackle. And Glastonbury clears. Berlin's going to take another throw as we go under 35 to go. Just over 5 minutes into the second half of a scoreless but entertaining CCC Boys Soccer Championship game. George for Berlin sends back to Sullivan. Sullivan comes over to Marcus Joshi. He's going to let one roll. It goes right into the feet of, look like Haskins.
And he throws his head back. He knows he didn't get all of that, and that was one of the better shooting opportunities Berlin's had today.
And I misidentified there. That was actually Brady Nilsson, number 4, who was able to deflect that one for Glastonbury. Ball goes toward the midline. McGuire spinning around, did a 360, but not able to come up with the ball. Glastonbury now. Nilsson plays out of the back. Chipped ahead there by Griffin Zalkowitz.
And McGuire had to watch his line there. He was ahead, then he had to slow his momentum.
But did not stop on the play, put pressure on Montanez, who had to get rid of it, and that's going to win a throw for Glastonbury here.
Yeah, he makes everything interesting.
And you can see him trotting just outside the 18 on this side.
Oh,
and there's a collision in the backfield. Joey Francolangia comes out with it for Berlin, sends it ahead, but Haskins there to shut down the middle once again. Berlin denied on a chance there that was taking shape. Glastonbury looks to play out of the back now as Abayomi pressures for Berlin across on the far side. High ball in toward the center circle. Header by Joshi. Little contact there with Salkowitz. And that's going to be too much contact from Joshi there in the back, so it'll be a free kick for Glastonbury, just about 3 yards in the backfield, right at the top of the Big B for Berlin here at Scalise Field, Sage Park. Beautiful fall night, conference title game. Here is the long line drive toward the left side of the field. Adamchuk got to it for Berlin, but now Asino going to get there for Glastonbury, plays it back to Haskins. Plays far side now, trying to find, looks like that was Bergen on the far side. Zachary Bergen, number 23. Berlin takes over, though. Now the Redcoats need to play out of the back. Joshi dancing between defenders, sends a through ball. It's intercepted by Glastonbury, center circle. Asino lays it off for Salkowitz. Beats one defender. Plays it ahead, trying to find Barrera. That was well defended on a chance that could have turned into something for Glastonbury. Here's Joey Francolangia, heads it forward, but Haskins there, going to play it back to Butler. Francolangia puts pressure on. Butler has to get rid of it. Goes far side, bouncing toward the Berlin bench. Glastonbury able to keep it in bounds, and not quite.
Yeah, good hustle by Francolangia. Never quit on the play. He saw that the goalie was going to have to make a chest trap, which is never easy for a goalie, and that pressure leads to a Berlin offensive throw.
Just over 8 minutes into the second half, 31:54 to go before the end of regulation. And if we are tied at that point, we would go to penalty kicks. Scoreless game so far. Glastonbury coming out of the back. McGuire chips it over to the far side, trying to find Barrera. Cleared by Dalick for Berlin. Redcoats now in the offensive half. Down went George, and you could hear Sal Parafati, the Berlin coach, asking for that call. He wins it, so it'll be a free kick for Berlin right in front of the Redcoats bench. Moving ahead a couple of yards here. Action starting to frame up across the top of the 18 on the right side. Looks like Marcus Joshi, one of the captains for this Redcoat team, will take the kick. He puts both arms up. Here comes a right-footed ball in toward the 18. headed by Glastonbury. Nice play by Bergen to clear it out on the initial play. And trying to come out of there was Barrera. He's on the ball, but Dalick finally to it for Berlin, but good step on the far side. And Glastonbury, McGuire, quick touch, looking for Shaheen. McGuire now lays it off for Asino. Near side now, this is Vitek Desari. Makes a nice move to cut back toward the middle, splits defenders. Met by number 16, Alessandro Diarina. Ball goes far side, whistle blows. And it's cleared over the sideline. It'll be a Glastonbury throw over in front of the Guardians bench. A couple of subs into the game for Glastonbury. We're just about 10 minutes in. This game is moving along quickly. We've played now 50 minutes of soccer. We remain scoreless. 0-0 game as we hit the 30-minute mark. 30 minutes to go here in the second half. Ball comes in just outside the 18. Shaheen has it for Glastonbury on the right side. Pulls back. Plays it off. Touch and go soccer from the Guardians. Here's a cross, low roller. Diarina gets to it for Berlin. Pulls it back and then sends it forward. Looking for Abayomi, but nice play from behind. Good step from the Glastonbury back line. And a shot opportunity from Salkowicz deflected there. Looks like Dalick got a piece of that one.
Yeah, and he's feeling it as well.
Salkowicz gets the ball again. Glastonbury still in the offensive half, trying to make something happen. Down the far side they go. Here's going to be a cross. Looking for McGuire, cleared by Nardelli. We talked about it in the first half. 17 on 17 has been an interesting matchup when Glastonbury gets the ball deep in the attacking third.
Yeah, and Nardelli's been aware of McGuire every single second he's been on the field.
So now just about 11 minutes gone in this second half. 29 even to go before we get to halftime. Throw comes in for Glastonbury. Guardians bench all on their feet, watching the action here in this one. Berlin defense converges on that far side. Salkowicz has it, going to play back. Haskins will take it. Comes all the way back to Butler, who's way outside the 18. Lays it off here for Nilsson. Nilsson, right-footed ball, switches fields, goes far side. Glastonbury across the midline into the offensive half. Chip shot down the right side, looking for Shaheen. Tried to flick it to McGuire. High ball cleared initially by Berlin, headed there by Asino. Glastonbury maybe on the attack. Barrera dances, stays alive, still with the ball on his foot. He could play Smith out to the left. There he does. Jack Smith now back to Barrera. Asino now tries to split the seam. Not able to get it through. Asino gets it back, plays center circle. Haskins goes far side now as Glastonbury tries to reshape, find the attack again. Salkowicz now on the far side, defended by Joshi. Has to pull back. And Joshi's going to get the takeover. He chips it ahead. Looking for Joey Francolangia, trying to split defenders. He's after it. Glastonbury with an initial play to get to the ball. Looks like that was Haskins again. Nilsson able to turn as Francolangia applied the pressure. Michael Abayomi comes up to try to pressure for Berlin, but Glastonbury sends it forward to the midline. Salkowicz stops, turns, plays back to Asino. Quick touch, back to Salkowicz. And Glastonbury, Joshi, the takeaway. Here's Francolangia up in front of everybody, cuts back to the right foot. He's going to send one across, looking for Michael Abayomi. Francolangia is going to get to it again, left foot. There's a shot opportunity deflected there by Nilsson. Good play, as it looked like Tommy Francolangia came up, got the ball from his brother, took a shot, but deflected by Glastonbury.
Yeah, good block by Brady Nilsson there. If that shot gets through, you never know if it ends up in the back of the net.
So Glastonbury with the free kick in the backfield, 26:50 to go, second half. Butler puts the hand down, calms the team down. Here comes the ball. Flick off the head of McGuire. Look at Barrera chase it down, trying to beat Adamczyk, and there is contact in the back. That is going to be a free kick for Glastonbury. We're outside the 18, right on the white line that marks the outside edge of the football field.
Yeah, good hustle by Barrera here. He is outside of the box just by a couple of steps as he gets pushed in the back.
So free kick, Glastonbury. Asino will take it, number 3, Andrew Asino, one of the seniors on this Glastonbury team. They overload the far side, so it looks like he is definitely going to try to serve this one far post. Nardelli alone, 10 yards back, defends. Everybody else for Berlin marked up. Montanez in net. Looks like Tommy Francolanglia is in front of him. Everybody else marked up. Cluster on the right side. Here we go, both arms up. Asino chips it ahead, far post. Butler able to, or Montanez, I'm sorry, able to punch it out. Berlin trying to escape. Asino gets to it, plays it back to Haskins. Nice play by Omar Montanez, senior keeper for Berlin, able to punch that one out and keep this game scoreless. But here comes Glastonbury again. Salkowitz, nice cut, goes down, pops right back up, but cleared there by Berlin.
Goalkeeper is off.
And that's going to draw a whistle all the way back here now.
They did, yes.
Okay.
As
And we're just hearing word that the Berlin changed their goalie.
all right, so we've been calling that Oscar Montanez, so it is number 2 actually in net for the second half, Austin Bonansenya.
Yeah, it looks like he's been in the entire second half.
All right, and we thank some Berlin fans here in the stands for helping us with that identification. Montanez played a good first half. Bonansenya in now, also a senior keeper, number 2, Austin Bonansenya, with the nice punch on that play to help keep the game scoreless. Butler?
Yeah, I was surprised you got a clean look at that. You know, you would expect one of the Glastonbury players to be coming through, try to get ahead on it. Got a clean two-hand punch out, get him out of trouble.
For Glastonbury, it remains number 99, Patrick Butler, senior keeper. Still in net there. Poke ahead there, McGuire has it. Heel tap, comes back. Left-footed ball, looking for Jack Smith down the left side, not able to connect. Michael Abayomi up front, the only Berlin attacker.
And the question for Berlin will be, if this game goes to PKs, which of the 2 keepers will get that assignment?
High ball down the middle of the field. McGuire with the header. Comes to Bergen. Left side now. Jack Smith, number 11.
Oh, what a
cross, and that is into the arms of Bonansenya.
And
Austin Bonansenya.
He's had the more challenging plays. Glastonbury did have control of possession in the first half, but I don't think Montanez faced as many difficult balls into the box as Bonansenya has.
We, again, are glad to have been corrected on that one and able to correctly identify Bonansenya because he's had some great opportunities. Nice plays here to help keep this game scoreless. 23-20 to go here in the second half. Joey Francolanglia met by 2 defenders. Plays back to his brother Tommy. Adamczyk played back to DiArena. Here's Tommy Francolanglia now, back to Adamczyk. Low ball looking for Joshi. He's met there by Asino. Nice play. Joshi keeps it. Pressure from behind by Bergen, but Joshi able to come out of there with it. Plays it ahead to Michael Abayomi. Good footwork there from Marcus Joshi for Berlin. DiArena plays far side now. Sullivan with it, back to DiArena. Shaheen with the pressure for Glastonbury. Nice move to move the ball forward for Berlin. Here's a high ball outside the 18 down the left side. Abayomi gives chase. Ooh. Ball played, and Jack Smith with a nice volley sends it ahead for Glastonbury. Bergen tries to get to it, pressure from behind, and playing ahead now is Glastonbury. Good step there from Adamczyk. Glastonbury with the ball. Down the far side we go. Shaheen has it. He's going to let one fly, and that is high and over the fence, bouncing toward the scoreboard. Jack Shaheen on a bit of a breakaway down the right side. We'll take another look.
Yeah, good through ball to Shaheen here. Not the greatest angle, but he's going to rip it anyway. Just hopped up on him a little bit, popped over the goal.
So no shortage of offensive chances, but nobody has found the back of the net yet in this one. We remain scoreless, 21-49 to go until this second half is complete. And again, if we are tied at that point, we go right to the penalty kick shootout to decide the CCC tournament champion. Joshi plays back, Adamczyk. Now this is DiArena, number 16. Alessandro DiArena plays back. Philip Adamczyk. Back to DiArena. Back to Adamczyk. Adamczyk crosses the midline. Low ball looking for Samuel Abayomi up front. Ball poked out of there by Glastonbury. That again looked like number 5, Grayson Haskins. along the back line for the Guardians. Throw on this near side as we approach the 21-minute mark. 19 minutes gone here in the second half of a scoreless but entertaining. And there is Joey Francolangia, pressured by Barrera, but Francolangia comes out with it. Adamczyk plays it over to DiArena. Got a little room to operate, chips it ahead, looking for Francolangia, coming down the side. He's inside the 18, gonna let it fly. Deflected by Nilsson. Great defensive effort by Nilsson, but it'll be a corner for Berlin off of this one.
Yeah, we mentioned Francolangia is everywhere. Look at him sneaking behind here. But Nilsson, great job closing, cutting that off before it gets through. And this might be Berlin's first corner kick that we've seen. And they've really got to make the most of this.
So near corner, crowd along the fence watches as number 8, Filip Adamczyk, is going to take this one. All the action is on the far post. Here comes now Joshi for a short opportunity. There's a chip all the way through. Far side, and look at the header. That looked like number 8, Derek Lee for Glastonbury. Joshi's going to unload with the right foot, and it just bent wide right. You could see him loading up with that right foot, and it goes wide right.
Yeah, he's had a couple opportunities from outside the box here. This one pops right to him, and he's looking to drive this and keep it down. But again, just like on the other end, it hops up on him, spins off the right foot. So scoreless we remain. We are more than midway past or into the second half. 19:32 to go. Glastonbury looks to play ahead. There's Tommy Francolangia trying to find his brother Joey up front. Ball gets back into the offensive half for Glastonbury. Barrera chases down. Adamczyk for Berlin, sends it over the side, so the Guardians will get a throw. We've got a substitute into the game for Glastonbury here, as number 3, Andrew Rossino, will take a seat. He had a nice rip on a shot earlier in the second half. And we hit the 19-minute mark. Brady Nilsson, number 4, going to take the throw here for Glastonbury. In it comes. Flick ahead. McGuire is quite skilled at moving the ball ahead off the top of his head. There's a header by Dalek on the back line. McGuire sends one with his head toward the goal. Can Bergen get to it? Nicely done there by Bonensenia. He has had an active and really impressive run here in the second half since taking over the net minding duties for the Redcoats of Berlin. And a good shield by Nardelli on that one, slowing the attacker down, giving Bonensenia just that extra second.
And it looks like for Berlin on the attack there, Karwowski tried to get to the ball, but Glastonbury will take over in the backfield, right in front of that Redcoat soccer banner. Here at Scalise Field, Sage Park, under the lights on a beautiful Tuesday night. This is the Central Connecticut Conference Boys Soccer Tournament Final. Top-seeded Glastonbury, 2-seed Berlin. Neither team lost to a CCC opponent during the regular season. Something's got to give in this one. So far, nothing has, as we are knotted right where we started, 0-0. Glastonbury trying to play forward. Salkowitz with a quick touch to Barrera. Dalek meets him, sends the ball over the side. It'll be a throw for Glastonbury in the offensive portion of the field, just past their bench. And it looks like the official's going to have them maybe back that up a little bit on the throw. 17:23 to go here, second half. Back to the midline. Haskins sends the ball forward toward the top of the arc. Nardelli gets knocked off of the ball, and that's going to win the free kick for Berlin in the backfield. A little too much contact there from behind. Looks like that might have been Bergen. And it is, number 23, Bergens. We get a crossing the arms. We're going to stop the clock. And somebody on the Berlin side. Looks like that Adamczyk is going to have to trot off. Not sure what happened to him as Nardelli took the push in the back that drew the foul.
Yeah, might be a bloody nose or bloody lip. Forced to come off until he's got that under control.
And then Glastonbury takes the opportunity to make a substitution as well, as Smith hustles his way over to the sideline. Number 11, Jack Smith, runs off. We get so Bonensenia is going to line up. Looks like he will take this free kick in the backfield. Nardelli back with him for a little bit of extra protection, but Bonacenia is going to take this. He came in to start the second half as the goalkeeper after Montanez played the first half for Berlin. That ball is headed in the back as Joey Frankelenge not able to get to it for Berlin. Glastonbury, Salkowitz makes a move. Into the center circle he goes, plays it ahead. Barrera now. Looking for McGuire, but it gets away from the Guardians. Bonacenia just boots it toward the midline.
Yeah, I think he could have picked that up, but maybe he lost track of it and was nervous.
Karwowski now sends one forward. Samuel Abayomi. Here is Joey Frankelenge, Tommy Frankelenge, I should say, number 5. Sends it to Samuel Abayomi. Good turn there inside the 18 for Glastonbury. They play it dangerously back toward the goal, but able to clear it out. So DiArena claims it. Joshi now for Berlin. Back to DiArena. Chips it ahead. Looking for Joey Frankelenge there, 28. His brother Tommy, number 5. Glastonbury quickly plays into the offensive half. Looking for McGuire. That's headed by Dalick. Here's Barrera now for Glastonbury, battling against Alex George. Down goes George, and that's going to win a free kick in the backfield for Glastonbury as Thiago Miguel Barrera, a little too much contact on that one. 15:50 to go here in the second half. Scoreless game. The winner claims the 2024 CCC Conference title in boys soccer. There's a nice header by Joey Frankelenge. Marcus Joshi chips it ahead, looking for Samuel Abayomi. Joshi puts pressure on, as now does Joey Frankelenge, but nice turn there from Glastonbury. Number 8, Derek Lee. Berlin takes over, though. Wow. Tommy Frankelenge battling, but good takeaway there from Zach Bergen. Ball played ahead. They've got a run coming down. Barrera down the right side. That's not Barrera. Sorry, I misidentified on the attack. That's number 22, Philip Nichols on the far side, making a nice run down the right. A lot of contact. He went down. The crowd is into this one, but it will be goal kick Berlin.
Another one that the Glastonbury fans really wanted there.
So beautiful ball movement. Good run by Philip Nichols down the right side. He went down. Some contact, but the official says play on. And we'll give the officiating crew credit. They have been consistent in that throughout. They have let these two teams battle. It's been a physical game. Decent amount of fouls have been called. There's Joshi with a high ball looking for Tommy Frankelenge down the side. He gets to it, gets past. Bergen has to chip it over, and that's going to be a corner as that ball went over the inline.
It looks like he might be signaling throw in.
Deep throw. That far corner gets me every time. 14-14 to go. It is going to be about as deep as you can get on a throw. Adamczyk is going to back all the way up to the fence. Here comes the run. The two-handed throw comes into the 18, trying to get it to Joey Frankelenge. Here's Joshi now. Ball comes out, and here is Glastonbury with a clear. Shaheen chips it ahead, looking for McGuire. And nice play by Matt Dalick to clear it. But quick throw. Look how quickly Glastonbury gets it. Trying to play Barrera inside the 18. He's defended by Nardelli for Berlin. Ball goes over the inline. Good defensive effort there from Nardelli. That's going to win the goal kick for the Redcoats of Berlin as we get a substitution. Michael Abayomi comes in for Samuel Abayomi up top. So it'll be Michael Abayomi along with Joey Frankelenge up top on the attack for the Redcoats. Here is Bonacenia with the kick out of goal. Comes all the way through into the offensive half. Chipped ahead. Look at Frankelenge on his horse after it. He's got an opportunity. Into the 18 we go, and it rolls right into the arms of Patrick Butler as Frankelenge ended up on his belly, but no whistle there. Good defensive effort for Glastonbury.
Yeah, great hustle by Frankelenge. Get out in front and just isn't able to get everything on it. And Butler's right in perfect position to scoop it up.
And Glastonbury tried to play quickly ahead again. McGuire just nicked it with the top of his head. It goes forward. Bonacenia boots it out for Berlin. Glastonbury wins. A Shaheen battles DiArena. McGuire now. Adamczyk for Berlin. Sends it ahead, trying to find Joey Frankelenge. He has to come a few yards into the backfield to claim it. He's at the midline. Chips it ahead, looking for his brother down the right side. Bergen defends for Glastonbury. Sends a high ball. Tommy Frankelenge with a high kick. No whistle blows.
Nothing
Battle on the
called there.
sign here. Joshy scoops up, and who's going to throw it? It's going to go Glastonbury way. As Joshy had one ball, Bergen had another. Bergen wins. He throws it in, looking for McGuire. Berlin pounces on the defensive effort, and down goes McGuire. There's Adamchuk, and look at McGuire. 23, I'm sorry, number 17, Timothy McGuire, pumping up the Glastonbury contingent here at Sage Park. The Guardians are going to take a free kick in the backfield, 11:42 to go, scoreless game. Up from the back to take it is number 5, Grayson Haskins. Glastonbury overloads the right side along the top of the 18. That's where the ball goes. It is high toward the middle of the field. Deflected, cleared out of there by Berlin. Toward the center of the field they come. Joey Francolangelo lays it off, looking for Michael Abayomi. Abayomi crosses the midline. Defended there by Salkowitz for Glastonbury. Francolangelo. Now back to DiArena through the big B in the center of the field here at Berlin. Berlin has been able to play all 3 of their tournament games here on their home pitch. Here is Tommy Francolangelo dancing around outside the 18 on the right side. Makes a move past Bergen, chips one across, deflected there by Haskins. Ball still alive inside the 18. Down goes Abayomi on the pressure from Bergen. No whistle. There's a chip from Adamchuk. Going toward the 18, off the head of Joey Francolangelo, and it goes wide left. So it'll be a goal kick for Glastonbury. Action-packed sequence there as we go to 10:40 to go here in the second half. Scoreless game. Top seed Glastonbury battling 2 seed Berlin. Guardians are in blue, moving right to left here in this second half. The Redcoats are in their white jerseys, going left to right. Here is Glastonbury keeper Patrick Butler. As we get 2 more subs into the game on the far side. That ball comes into the center circle. Joshy steps to it. Berlin takes over. Abayomi. Glastonbury now with Barrera coming across the midline. They go far side. Salkowitz makes a cut back into the center of the field. Lays it down the far side looking for number 20, Vidik Dasari. Ball goes over the side, so it'll be a deep throw for Glastonbury as the Guardians continue to run fresh legs into this one. A deep team, an experienced team. Berlin also experienced. We talked about it at the top. Starting lineups for Berlin, 8 seniors in that starting 11. For Glastonbury, 9 seniors in the starting 11. Outside, now into the 18. Nice turn there by Glastonbury. Shaheen, and that's deflected by DiArena. So there's a corner kick coming for Glastonbury.
Yeah, good work by Shaheen there. Really, I didn't see how he was going to get out of that. Somehow he dances along the goal line and gets a corner kick out of it.
So Andrew Asino, one of those seniors for Glastonbury, going to line up this corner kick. 9:09 on the clock, second half. Glastonbury has 1 player planted on the far post. The rest of the action is at the top of the 18 on the right side. Now it moves toward the goal. Kick comes in. It's going all the way across. Can Glastonbury get to it? And they send it over the inline, so it'll be a goal kick for Berlin. Under 9 minutes to go now in this one. 8:50 on the clock before we get to the end of regulation. We are knotted at 0. Tension builds here at Sage Park in Berlin. The CCC Boys Soccer Championship on the line. If we are tied after the next 8 minutes, 35 seconds, this will go directly to penalty kicks to decide the tournament champion. Ball bounces inside the big B here in the middle of the field. Who's going to win it? Francolangelo battles Shaheen on the far side. Glastonbury comes out with it. There is Francolangelo sending a header over the sideline. Throw coming for Glastonbury. Jackson Marks took it. Guardians taken away there by Berlin. Francolangelo with a high kick, has to play backwards. Asino lays one down the far side. Good step there by Sullivan for Berlin. Here is Joey Francolangelo.
He's got his brother running.
Makes a cut. He's looking for his brother Tommy down the far side. It's off his head. I'm not sure he saw that even coming to him. As he turned to make the run, the ball skipped off his head. Defensive presence there by number 4, Brady Nilsson for Glastonbury, but Berlin will take the throw deep in their attacking portion of the field. Number 8, Philip Adamchuk, is going to come up to take the throw. Like we saw on a previous one, he's going to back all the way up to the fence. We assume this will go into the 18. And just outside the edge, it's cleared there by Glastonbury. Adamchuk steps in. He's got a chance, settles the ball on his foot, sends a crow. Nice fake there. So he got past Dasari. Dasari with the slide tackle. Good step by the back line for Glastonbury, but Joshy's got it settled, still in the offensive half for Berlin. Joshy pressured by Barrera. Lays it off, good touch and go soccer, but nice step there from Messino for Glastonbury. Diarina sends it forward, off the head of Francolangia. Now Abayomi trying to make the turn, but Nilsson is there. There's Francolangia with the ball, deflected. Abayomi's got a chance. Look at the defensive effort. Number 2, Jackson Marks for Glastonbury. Keeps this a scoreless game, but we've got a corner kick now for Berlin.
Yeah, good work here. As the rebound comes out, Abayomi takes the shot, blocked. Corner kick Berlin near side.
Here's number 13, Berlin captain Marcus Joshy. We've got a lot of action along
Got a player
the goal.
down in the box here for Glastonbury.
Official tending to that Glastonbury player. We can't get a good read on it right at the moment. Trainer looks like on the field. Looks like that's Nilsson, number 4. He has been a solid presence for the Guardians all night along the back line. So we've stopped clock 6:31. We've got a corner kick coming for Berlin here in this scoreless game. 13, Marcus Joshy ready to take it. Berlin has 3 players along the goal line right in front of the net. Francolangia is just at the top of the 6. Actually, both Francolangias, Joey and Tommy, both along the top of the 6-yard box. Joshy waits for the whistle. Official looks at what's happening. Looks like he's going to wander in. Doesn't like something he sees, so the official, the center ref, going to talk to the players, talking to the keeper, talking to some of the other players who are lined up in front of the goal. Potentially the moment of the match here. 6:31 to go, scoreless game. 2-seed Berlin trying to pull the upset over top seed Glastonbury. Here's the kick from Joshy. Line drive, goes across. It's headed, deflected in front of the goal, and it's popped out of there. Here's Dalek with one, and that's going to go through the football uprights and over the fence. Good defensive effort from Glastonbury there on a dangerous opportunity for Berlin.
Yeah, and a good ball served in by Joshy, headed down, pinballs around. Look at Glastonbury throw the ball, throw their bodies in front of it. And then Dalek just puts it over.
So we approach the 6-minute mark, 6 minutes even. Here is Butler with the kick. It goes through the center circle, deflected off the head of Shaheen. He heads it again, trying to move it forward for Glastonbury. Here come the Guardians. Barrera goes down. Dalek with the challenge. There's no whistle. Dalek's got it on the far side. Trying to play ahead, but taken away there by Marks for Glastonbury. Here come the Guardians. McGuire now lays it off here in the back. Number 15 for the Guardians is Kyle Oliver. Plays it ahead to Barrera. Dances through, challenged by Diarina. Lays it off for Salkowitz. Sends one through the middle. Maybe trying to connect with Barrera there, but it got all the way through. And Bonensenia for Berlin sends the high kick through the center circle. That's headed there by Haskins for Glastonbury. Joey Francolangia with the pressure, moving down the far side. Haskins has got it. Haskins with the tackle and the takeaway as we hit the 5:03 mark. Berlin trying to move the ball forward again. Joshy takes a hit, goes down. Official says play on. Joshy might be hurt. A little shaken up, slow to get up, but he is up. Trots it off. Battle for the ball. Joshy's got it, plays it ahead. Look at the touch.
Oh, it's
and
offside.
Abayomi is whistled offside by the AR on the near side. The Berlin contingent here at Sage Park cannot believe it. What a touch from Joey Francolangia trying to find Michael Abayomi, but offside is the call, so we remain scoreless. 4:30 to go, second half. CCC boys soccer title is on the line. The intensity is ratcheted up as we are at 4:20 now to go. Here's the kick by Haskins out of the backfield. It is a long one. Looking for McGuire, gets over his head. Battle for it. Desari sends it far side. Bergen gives chase, but Bonensenia is going to be there to scoop it up. He has done a nice job in net for the Redcoats in the second half. We've got 4:02 to go. Bonensenia sends it forward. Headed by Glastonbury. Here they come the other way. Shaheen down the far side. Chip shot, trying to play through to McGuire. Here's a good step from Nardelli out of the back. Gets over the head of Abayomi. He's going to try to run it down. And nice defensive play from Kyle Oliver for Glastonbury. Comes over here to number 20, Vidic Desari. Up to McGuire, intercepted by Joshi. Look at the footwork. McGuire challenges which way we're going to go. It is going Glastonbury way. A little extracurricular with McGuire and Joshi. Here's the throw from Desari. Oliver now plays it up to Desari. He's right on this near sideline. Looking ahead, nice clear by Nardelli. Sends it in the backfield. Haskins going to be there for Glastonbury. Goes far side now. Guardians trying to mount an attack on that far side. Up ahead we go in front of the Glastonbury bench. Down the right side we go. Good pull back. Salkowicz now with the ball. Chips it ahead in toward the 18. Looking for McGuire. Gets over his head. Tommy Francolangia now for Berlin. Sends it toward the end line. He is able to clear before it goes out of bounds. Now near the midline, Oliver for Glastonbury. Asino now. Pressure from Abayomi. Asino sends it forward. Has Shaheen. Makes the turn on Diarina. Slide tackle misses. Shaheen still with the ball against Sullivan. Goes on the nice shot on the right side, but it goes into the side of the net. So 2:35 to go now until
like it's going to be a corner kick as well.
End of regulation. So that ball deflects off Berlin.
A good speed by Shaheen here. Getting into the box. Bad angle, but still gets it off the goalie. And Glastonbury's got a chance to win it here.
All right, Asino lines it up in the far corner. Cluster right outside, right near the penalty marker. Here is the kick from Asino. Goes over the head of Shaheen. It is cleared, but not very well. Glastonbury is still with it. Marks got to it. Headed there by Joey Francolangia. Goes to the sideline and over. It'll be a throw for Glastonbury. Under 2 minutes to go. 1:56 on the clock here in regulation. Jackson Marks is going to take the throw. Marks comes in, goes to Barrera, back to Marks now. Pressure by Joshi, nice move, left-footed ball, goes toward the net. It's going to go high and over the end line. You could see Bonansenia watching that one, trying to see if he needed to make a play, but it went wide. And it looked maybe warming up a keeper for the penalty shootout.
I think that's Berlin. I think that's Montanez.
Berlin, I'm sorry, Montanez, who did play the first half. And really in the keepers both in black kits. A little hard to help, but there's Tommy Francolangia now for Berlin as we go to 1:10 to go. Scoreless game, 2-seed Berlin. Tommy back to Joey Francolangia, now back to Tommy. Defended by Desari for Glastonbury, makes a move down the side. Trying to get past Oliver now. And poked out of there by Oliver. We're under a minute, 53 seconds. We've got a deep throw coming for Berlin. Adamczyk's going to come up to take it. 47 seconds now. Scoreless game. 2-seed Berlin trying to pull the upset and come home with the CCC hardware. Into the 18 comes the throw off of Abayomi. Cleared by Barrera. Here's Diarina now. Going to let one fly toward the goal, and it's high and above through the football uprights. 30 seconds to go before the horn sounds. Butler. Short kick. Glastonbury plays out of the back. Abayomi applies pressure as Haskins gets rid of it far side now in front of the Berlin bench. High ball played into the offensive half. Off the head again of number 17, McGuire. Sullivan tries to shield. He's going to let it go over the end line. Let's see which way that goes. It will be a goal kick as we're going to count down the final 5 seconds here. And folks, we are going to go to penalty kicks to decide the winner of the CCC Boys Soccer Championship. So we will go to PKs. No overtime here in the conference tournament. So each team will line up 5 kickers. We'll go through a round of 5. Whichever team ends up ahead will take home the hardware.
And you could hear the groan of the crowd as they just heard and found out that this is going straight to penalty kicks.
If you've been with us, you were in the know in terms of that one. The crowd was looking for some bonus soccer. Frankly, we would have taken that as well. But we will go straight to penalty kicks, and we'll have to see what the officials decide in terms of which goal and also then who the shooters will be. Who will be in net for Berlin? That is a question as well, as Omar Montanez played the first half and Austin Bonansenia played the second half. Both keepers did commendable jobs for the Redcoats. Not sure who Coach Sal Parafati will throw in net for this penalty shootout. And we are trying to make determinations. We've got About 4 minutes on the clock before we go and start the penalty shootout. Again, we've got top-seeded Glastonbury here. They got to this title game after a 2-1 win over 8-seed Manchester in the quarterfinals. They knocked off 5-seed Farmington, 1-0 in the semifinals on Saturday. Berlin got here. They've played all their games here at Scalise Field, Sage Park. A 1-0 quarterfinal win on an emotional night Thursday over 7-seed Wethersfield. And then in the semifinals Saturday, they got a 5-1 win over 3-seed Tolland. That is how the two teams got here. And then we have played 80 minutes of scoreless soccer. A lot of action both ways, but nobody able to find the back of the net in regulation. So we go to the penalty shootout to decide the winner of the 2024 CCC conference title. Glastonbury trying to win it for a second straight year. They beat South Windsor on PKs last year. That was a 3-1 PK score that gave them the 3-2 victory over South Windsor for the 2023 title. And back are the Guardians. You have to wonder how much that experience in a penalty shootout last year may come into play and help Glastonbury in this one. Berlin will try to get a read on who they decide to put in net. Again, we had Montanez play the first half. Bonansenia, both seniors, Bonansenia played the second half in net. It does appear to us that Montanez is lining up. He was warming up in the corner as we got close to the end of that second half. Last couple of minutes, we could see him warming up in the corner. So we think it will be him. It will be Butler. Patrick Butler's played the entire game in net for Berlin, for our Glastonbury, I'm sorry. We are getting ourselves together and ready for this penalty shootout. What a game, what a pleasure it has been. We thank the Central Connecticut Conference for allowing us the opportunity to stick around after the girls' title game. And congratulations again to Farmington, a 5-0 win over Wethersfield as the top-seeded Riverhawks of Farmington took home the girls' championship earlier this afternoon. And now in the second game of our doubleheader here, we've got top-seeded Glastonbury, 2-seed Berlin. Neither team coming into tonight had lost a CCC game this season. Combined 22-0-6 on the year against Central Connecticut Conference competition. We will do our best to keep you updated on what's happening here.
Does look like it's Montanez who's down there. Played the first half. And then Bonansenia had the second half, but it looks like Montanez is going to get the PK duties.
This is one of the most pressure-packed moments in sports, being a keeper in a penalty shootout. Patrick Butler has the responsibility for Glastonbury. Omar Montanez comes back in. He will have the net-minding duties in this PK shootout for the Redcoats of Berlin, both in very similar kits, Butler and Montanez, both in the all-black. We are moving toward the goal that is near the scoreboard here at Sage Park. Glastonbury will start. We go a round of 5. Each team will get 5 kickers, and up first for the Guardians, number 7, Griffin Zalkowitz. So Zalkowitz will face off against Montanez to start our PK shootout. Montanez adjusts the equipment, gets ready, puts his hands together, and he is ready to go. We're going to get the whistle from the official. Zalkowitz up for Glastonbury. Here is the kick. It goes low and into the back of the net. Glastonbury on top, 1-0 off the kick from Zalkowitz. And coming up first for Berlin, round 1 kicker is number 13, Marcus Joshi. Zalkowitz puts Glastonbury on the board. Joshi now trying to match round 1 of the 5 rounds of this penalty shootout. Joshi, one of the captains for Berlin, waits the whistle. Here it comes. Joshi with the right foot will let it fly. It goes same spot, bottom right for Joshi, and we are tied at 1 after 1 round of the PK shootout.
And a lot of pace on that one too.
So Montanez steps back in. Up now for the Guardians of Glastonbury. That is number 2, Jackson Marks. Salkowitz got them started. Marks now in round 2 for Glastonbury. The kick goes, saved by Montanez! Omar Montanez with what may be the play of the night. He makes the save on the kick from Jackson Marks. So now Berlin in round 2 has a chance to go up. And it looks like moving slowly toward the line is number 16, Alessandro Di Arena. He will take the round 2 kick for Berlin. Montanez makes the save on the kick from Mark. So now Di Arena gets the chance to put Berlin up after 2 rounds. Butler stands in on the line. Di Arena marks his spot, puts the ball back down. And he will back off and await the whistle from the referee. Here we go. Right-footed ball, saved by Butler! First Montanez and then Butler. Round 2 saves by each keeper. We remain knotted at 1.
And these are not bad shots. These are perfectly placed, but the goalies have read it perfectly well, especially that one from Butler there. That was headed lower right.
So now, number 17 for Glastonbury, Timothy McGuire. Another of the seniors on this Glastonbury team. He was active up front on the attack all night. He's got the round 3 kick for the Guardians of Glastonbury. We're tied at 1 after 2 rounds of the PK shootout. McGuire against Montanez. Here it comes. And that is buried in the bottom right. That puts Glastonbury on top, 2-1. And let's see who Berlin is going to send up for their round 3 kick. And it looks like they are going with their leading scorer, number 28, Joey Francolangia. He will face off against Butler. Francolangia in round 3 here of the PK shootout looks to tie it for Berlin.
Bottom third.
Whistle blows. The kick, and it is good. We are tied at 2 after 3 rounds. Francolangia went opposite of where most of those kicks have gone, went to the right side. Got it past Butler, and after 3 rounds, we are tied at 2 after being tied at 0 at the end of regulation. Now for Glastonbury, stepping to the line, number 26, Jack Shaheen. So Shaheen will take the 4th kick. Round 4 gets underway of the 5 rounds of this penalty shootout. Shaheen. Kick. Saved again! Montanez denies Shaheen, and now Berlin has a chance in round 4 to jump ahead.
Let's go.
Montanez with 2 big saves through the first 4 rounds. And now number 21, Matt Dalick, senior for Berlin, going to step up. One of the captains for the Redcoats has a chance. If he can bury this one, get it past Butler, he will put Berlin up 3-2 after 4 rounds. Montanez has now saved 2 of the 4 kicks he's faced. Butler has 1 save. Dalick buries it. Berlin now with the edge. We go to the 5th round. Berlin on top of Glastonbury, 3-2 in penalty kicks. The 5th and final kicker of this round for Glastonbury will be number 10, Tiago Miguel Barrera.
A save ends it.
If Montanez can come up big again, Berlin walks away with the trophy. If Barrera can send this one into the back of the net, Glastonbury still has life. It's the 5th kick for the Guardians. Barrera against Montanez. Right-footed ball buried into the bottom corner, left side. Tiago Miguel Barrera keeps the Guardians alive, but it comes down to this, the 5th and final kick for Berlin. And walking up to the line for the Redcoats is number 9, senior Michael Abayomi. It's the last kick, Berlin's 5th kick. Glastonbury kicked first. The 2 saves by Montanez are huge. They've given Berlin this opportunity. If Abayomi can drain this one, Berlin will be your CCC champion. Whistle blows. Butler bounces on the line. Here's the kick, left-footed ball, and Berlin comes away. The Redcoats, as the 2 seed, knock off top seed Glastonbury 4-3 on penalty kicks. Your 2024 Central Connecticut Conference Boys Soccer Tournament champions are the Berlin Redcoats. And the crowd here in Berlin was treated to an entertaining and fun game. We're going to try to get a little bit of the celebration in there as the Redcoats come away here. Berlin wins it 4-3 on PKs. We were scoreless at the end of regulation. 2 big saves by Omar Montanez in that penalty shootout gave Berlin the opportunity, and then number 9, Michael Abayomi, steps up, buries the final kick, and that gives Berlin the CCC Tournament Championship. So we congratulate the Redcoats of Berlin on the boys' side. The Riverhawks of Farmington claimed the girls' title earlier with a 5-0 win over Wethersfield, and now the CCC teams look to advance to CIAC state tournament action. For Glastonbury, they'll be the 5 seed in Double L. They're going to host Simsbury in a first-round matchup. The Redcoats of Berlin, the 4 seed in Class L, they will host Woodstock Academy later this week in a first-round matchup, Class L tournament for Berlin. But tonight, it's all about the CCC tournament title. Berlin wins it on PKs 4-3. We're going to go and just keep the video going. We're going to sign off for our cameraman, Paul LaPerriere, for analyst, replay operator, technical wizard, Tom McCarter. I'm Dave Gustus, and we thank you for the opportunity and for you being willing to stay with us tonight for what was an entertaining afternoon and evening of soccer. Good luck to all the CCC teams as they move forward into state championship playoffs. Thank you again, and good night.
Starters first, Jackson Marks. Oh, wait. Yes, Jackson Marks. All right, so yes, starting with Glastonbury, Jackson Marks. Andrew Asino, Brady Nilsson, Grayson Haskins, Griffin Selkowitz, Tiago Miguel Barrera, Timothy McGuire, Vedek Dasari, Zachary Bergen, Jack Shaheen, Patrick Butler, Jacoby Crawford, Jonathan Seymour, Michael Gustafson, Derek Lee, Joanne Kapsu, Jack Smith, Adam Kokolka, Noah Wallace, Nicholas Lacaprucia, Kyle Oliver, Elijah Brown, Micah Frimpong, Robert Melsener, Brendan Salka, Philip Nichols, Porter Lopez, Harrison Scherer, Aiden Ferreira, and Grady Warren. And now for your CCC champs, the Redcoats. Omar Montanez. Oh. Am I good?
No.
Wait.
I think he's still
Until
putting
we get
that.
to the Glastonbury one.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was behind. Okay.
No, you were great.
Okay.
Let's go!
All right. And now for your CCC champs, the Berlin Redcoats. Omar Montanez. Tommy Francolangio. Ryan Sullivan. Alexander George. Philip Adamchuk. Michael Abiomi. Marcus Joshi. Alessandro De Arena. Camden Nardelli. Matthew Dalick. Joey Francolangio. Bilal Al-Batidi. Austin Bonacenia. Jacoby Yarnaga. Cole Pike. Sebastian Karwowski. Daniel Schweika. Matthew Radkowitz. Benjamin Wurzoric. Gavin Malik. Samuel Abiomi. Alex Molis. Victor Naporowski. And let's shout out the Berlin High coaches, Sal Parafati, Dominic Costa, and Kevin Bonacenia.
What are you looking for?
A raincoat?
Oh. Huh?
What do you need?
I lost it.
Raincoat? We don't have a raincoat up here.
Alright, that's fine.
We was following raincoat. Yeah, Mom's not gonna be happy.
Well, he got away with not losing the phone.
I got a brand new phone they sent.